Prediction markets are absolutely exploding right now, and some of the markets coming out of the US are genuinely insane. On platforms like Polymarket, we've seen people betting on wars, elections, interest rates, crypto, and even real world breaking news events. One market even allowed people to bet on if a stranded American pilot would be rescued or not, which caused huge backlash online, with politicians calling it incredibly dystopian. But controversial or not, the prediction markets are now worth billions, and many people see this being the future of online betting. So what actually are prediction markets? Well, they're even simpler than they sound. It's simply markets where people can trade the probability of real life events, such as if a political party will win an election. And just like sports betting, you can back an outcome you think will happen, and you can lay an outcome you think won't happen. Now, the difference is these markets react heavily to news, sentiment, and public opinion, meaning the odds are constantly changing. Now, until recently, prediction markets were mainly an American thing, but they're starting to move over to the UK too. And one of the companies leading the charge over here in the UK is Smarkets. Now, most people know Smarkets as a betting exchange, especially if you've ever done match betting before, which is very popular in the UK. But now they're starting to introduce prediction markets directly onto their platform. So live right now on Smarkets, they currently have some crazy markets. If you look here, we can currently bet on the next Prime Minister of Malta, the general election turnout, the next Prime Minister of Romania, or even Emmanuel Macron's resignation. And now, just like normal betting, you can bet on for or against, i.e. the back bet or the lay bet. So if we're looking at Emmanuel Macron's resignation and we're looking at the no selection, so we can back him not to resign, and that's odds of 1.15, or we can lay that and essentially back him on to resign, and that has odds of 1.25. But what makes these markets interesting is that the odds are constantly reacting to breaking news, public opinion, interviews, debates, momentum, and just overall market sentiment. So unlike traditional betting, it feels like a blend of all sort of three markets, so betting, trading, and investing all in one. Now, the interesting thing is, because this space is so new, there's obviously a lot that we haven't learned about this market and discovered yet. And this is going to leave the markets a little bit vulnerable to a small minority of people that are going to be able to find these edges on the market, such as having faster information, deeper research, understanding market reactions, and probably even just spotting inefficiencies before the wider market catches on. And realistically, as these markets continue to grow rapidly, there's going to be a lot of controversial conversations around sort of regulation, insider information, or even market manipulation, which is why a lot of people are excited to see where this space goes over the next few years. Now, if you already understand match betting, this all probably looks quite familiar already, because you're sort of playing about with Smarkets, betting exchanges, and the idea of these back and lay bets. Now, if you don't understand what match betting is, it's simply the process of turning these free bookmaker promotions into profit by using the back bet, so the free bet promotion on the bookie, and then placing a lay bet against it, which will typically be on a betting exchange like Smarkets. But now this is where, again, prediction markets are getting interesting, because bookies love to follow trends. We've seen that already with the use of sort of these bet builders, ACCAs, and the recent regulation from the government. So could we see bookmakers start to also branch into this idea of prediction markets? So again, if prediction markets continue growing quite rapidly in the UK, will we see these bookmakers using prediction markets as promotion, so offering sort of risk-free prediction bets or enhanced odds on prediction markets? And this again will require and provide a lot of reliance on betting exchanges like Smarkets to lay these bets, just like match betting would, to create some profit through these prediction markets. So it's really interesting to see where these prediction markets could take us in the future. There's so many different aspects you could go. And again, if you do want to learn about match betting, because you don't have to wait until these prediction markets become massive, you can do that now with us at aiprofit.uk to start turning these bookmaker promotions into free bets. So to summarize this video, prediction markets aren't just this random trend anymore. They're already huge in America and continuing to grow exponentially. Now, companies like Smarkets in the UK are bringing them over here. So who knows, maybe this is where betting and match betting is starting to head next. And maybe this is where the bettors actually get more of an edge over the bookies than vice versa. So let me know in the comments some of the crazy markets you've seen and where you think prediction markets are going, and if you see prediction markets becoming a part of match betting as well.